With Falcon hockey coach Steve Freeman. And Steve, the Falcons had a little bit of a weird week. They had 3 games instead of just 2. A Friday game, a 4-1 win against St. Mary's. A Saturday game, a 3-0 loss to St. Thomas. Those 2 games here at Hunt Arena. And then on Monday, went to UW-Stout, a makeup game of a game that was postponed because of the weather a couple weeks ago, and lost a 4-2 game there. Could you talk a little bit about each of those games?
Yeah, Jim, it's kind of hard to say that it was a decent weekend when you didn't come up with the wins, but, I was real pleased the way we played, especially against St. Thomas on Saturday night. I think the score is kind of not indicative of the way we played. I thought we played a really, really good defensive game. We had a lot of good offensive chances, and, I thought our effort was good. Our guys were working hard, and, we deserved, I think, a better fate, and it was almost the same thing over in Stout. We gave up a couple bad goals right away, but then we settled in. We played well in the second period, and we really were all over them in the third period, but we couldn't get much by the goaltender. So that's kind of been the story probably about the last 6-8 games, where we've played really good hockey. We're getting great efforts out of our hockey players, but we're not scoring enough goals and not getting the timely goals that we need right now.
So, let's talk about the special teams a little bit. Power play, penalty kill. Those are huge parts of every hockey game. Can make or break a game or a season. This year, I think the Falcons are averaging like about 15% conversion rate and giving up about 15% on for the opponents. Could you talk about your team's power play and penalty kill this year?
Well, Jim, it's not really where we want it to be. It's average, at best, and like you said, special teams play such a part. If you get those power plays, and especially in the third period, you got to come up with a goal, at least a power play goal a game, to give yourself a chance and give yourself that little pad. Penalty kill has been pretty decent, and a lot of that has to do with the goaltender. He's always your best penalty killer, and he's our goaltending's been pretty good. So, but we've been spending a lot of time on our power play and trying to get more traffic and a little bit more movement in there, and trying some different things. So we're just not sitting on it and hoping it happens. We'll keep trying until we come up with something. But we've got to get our power play going a little bit.
Looking ahead, Steve, the Falcons will be hosting an NCHA series here at Hunt Arena this coming weekend. St. Scholastica comes to town. 7:05 both nights, Friday and Saturday. What do you know about the Saints?
Well, they're kind of in the same boat. They lost, a lot of hockey players from last year's team, it's kind of similar to us. And, they were the second-ranked team in the nation last year when we knocked them out in the playoffs in the semifinals. And we've developed pretty good rivalry with them. But, they're struggling. They're kind of where we are right now. And so it's a huge, huge weekend for both teams in that both teams can go from somewhere towards the bottom of the league to just jump right up in the middle of the league with a good weekend. So, I know they have good team speed, and it looks like their goaltending has been struggling a little bit, so we want to try and get as many pucks to the net as we can. But it'll be a highly competitive series, and I expect a lot of physical play and a pretty high-paced game.
Should be a great one for the fans. Hopefully we'll have a good crowd out here at Hunt Arena. Steve, thanks. We'll talk to you next week.
Okay, thanks, Jim.